This Hangout is live. Right.
Okay, now you should see some links available.
Yeah. Right. What am I sending?
Uh,
Oh, thanks.
I I guess the YouTube link is the best. I don't forget. I forget what the other ones were.
I would say YouTube.
YouTube. I don't think.
Oh, being a pain. Come on. Oi! Oh, right. I'm gonna have to let one of you two present because it keeps flicking.
Okay.
And every time it does that, it stops me from getting a link.
Okay.
Copy. Facebook. Come on. 5 steps to success.
There we go. Oh, I better shut that down then. Close YouTube or Facebook again.
My Facebook is so low.
Oh, speaking of,
Oh, for God's sake. Come on. Come on. This is crazy.
okay.
Just so slow. Come on. I don't want that. Right. Let's just do this. Your little boy sounds very happy. Do 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 do.
Yeah. He's playing with the Mack truck from Cars. He has a Mack now, so
Ah.
he's very excited. They can hear you, Shane. So that means you're too loud.
Oh my word, this is like pulling teeth. Right. Post. Post. Thank you.
Mm-mm.
Right, that should be. Oh God, this is ridiculously slow. Will we see when people join?
We'll have to look on YouTube. So we need the link as right.
Do you need the link?
Yeah. One of us should check on YouTube and make sure you should see viewers.
I've got YouTube open for my channel because I want to be able to show it
Okay.
on my when I do the thingy.
Ooh.
Well, it seems to be
That's
moving.
not good.
Okay.
What's going on there?
Okay, we have 4 watching. So
Oh, so we must be live.
we
Hi
must be watching.
everyone.
Watching, great. Okay. Hi,
Thank
guys.
you. Hello everyone. Right.
Technical issues there.
Thanks.
Sorry about that.
We've got Shane as well. Right. Okay. So we apologise for that. We've had a few technical issues in getting this together, so we do apologise. You all know we normally use Blab, but Blab is no more. So we've come onto Google Hangouts, so learning experience for us today. But thank you so much for everyone who has joined us. We're really excited to be sharing our 5 steps to success in network marketing with you this evening. And I think what we'll do is we'll get started straight off. So Robin, do you want to take over the presentation?
Sure. Can you click? Perfect. There we go. Everyone see?
Hey.
I say you guys can see this, right? I have to ask you guys apparently.
I'll see if I can bring Q&A up on the side.
Okay, I was saying you can bring Q&A up so I can see people. I'm a very interactive person here when we start, but we'll go.
There we go. If you've got any questions, you pop them in the side for us and we will answer them for you as we go along.
Awesome. Okay, so I will start this out. Shh. Ooh, can we see this? Everything's popping up in front of me now that there we go. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? We are going to share a little of our backgrounds. You may know us, you may not. So a little background from the lovely ladies, as I said. We will give you your 5 keys. Now, these are tips that you can implement today. Actually, you can probably implement them during the webinar and see results. So that's what we want to do. And then I highly suggest you stay to the very end where there'll be something very special, okay? So let's get started right away. We don't want to take up too much of your time. We'll get started with Sarah. Tell us a little about yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm a gold ambassador with Networking Superstars, which is what we're all part of, hence the branding on the thing, in case any of you were wondering. Prior to becoming a network marketer, I was a child protection social worker, so massive change of career for myself. But in a way, as being a social worker, I went into it because I desperately wanted to help people. And in that sense, I'm doing that even more, I feel, as a network marketer. I get to help way more people on a daily basis than I ever felt like I was doing as a social worker. So a lot of job satisfaction. I came online, in fact, I've only done online. I've never done offline marketing. I've just done online marketing. I came on it because I was diagnosed with ME in 2012 and was unable to carry on working full-time as a social worker. And I really struggled for a while trying to think about, well, how I was going to bring in any money, if I'm honest. And I was on Facebook looking for some furniture, and an advert happened to pop up about earning some money online. I responded, and the rest, as they say, is history. But I have tried to do everything online, and I struggled. Didn't have a clue what I was doing, didn't really know anything about network marketing, hadn't heard about it at all. And it wasn't until I got involved with Networking Superstars that things fell into place, and I actually started seeing results, and obviously I'm getting great results now, and now I'm in a position where I'm able to help more people through sharing my experiences. I have 2 groups at the moment. I have my social media marketing strategies, and I also have a video marketing rockstars group, which is new and it's teaching all about YouTube, which is my area of expertise. So thank you. Over to
Okay, I see Laura saying you can't see it on YouTube. So can you see us on YouTube, Laura? You're muted.
Sorry, so I am. Yeah, no, your PowerPoint's dropped off, Robin. It's just your face, so there's obviously a connection with that.
Okay. You gotta love. Let's try this again. Sorry about the little swoo, guys. I can't stand that myself, but let's try this again.
Right. So,
Okay, can you see it back?
no. Okay, I'm just going to keep going.
Okay, I'll put it on my screen instead.
Right. So I've been in the network marketing industry since 2008, and we have started with traditional offline modes, list building, parties, the usual kind of thing, and basically found it really just difficult. I found that I burned through my warm market really quick, and I ended up picking up and putting my business down quite a lot. I had a really good job at that time in the oil industry. It was very well paid, so I didn't really have really strong drive to succeed. But my situation changed in 2015 as I decided to get serious. I went back to my upline and had basically no support, still telling me just to write the same list and go back through the same people. So I went on a journey of self-discovery and self-development, and that's how I found Networking Superstars. So I'm now a Silver Ambassador for Networking Superstars, founder of my own group, Networking Jam, and I top ranked on the No Fear Video Marketing System campaign, and my expert area is Facebook. Pretty much.
Sounds good, Laura. So who am I? I am Robin, and I actually started network marketing in 2007. And when I joined my company, my sponsor told me to cold call. So I wanted success, so I actually cold called 100 people a day. I know most people tell me they would never do that, and most people did not. So it was very difficult for me to build a big line in the beginning because nobody had the dedication that I had to pick up and call 100 people a day and face pretty much 95 people either hang up on you or tell you no, and 5 people might say yes, and whether they actually listened to the presentation or not is a different story. So I knew there was a better way, and I went online, and I started with Facebook, and I admit I was a spammer like so many others were when Facebook for a while back, but I kept going at it and actually found very good success, mainly because I had built relationships online before. Then in 2014, Gavin Mountford was putting together the Networking Superstars, and we were started to talk and everything, and he actually asked me to be one of the founding members. So now I am a founding Platinum Ambassador of Networking Superstars. I'm an MLSP Pro Leader, just recently, and I'm the founder to the 6 Steps to Instagram Success with Robin Smith, and my background of expertise is Instagram. So that's what you're going to learn. So the first key to success is traffic. And we've decided each one of our backgrounds are very different, so we would give you a little success tip from traffic from each one of our backgrounds. So Sarah, do you have some for YouTube?
I do. I have to unmute myself then. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen so I can just show you YouTube a little bit. So my first point on the presentation is actually to decide on a clear theme for your channel, and both Robin and Laura will talk about this more. It's something that you need to think about, is what is your area of expertise, what is your niche, and that's a really important point on any platform, not just YouTube, but on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. What is it that you are unique and what are you offering? And once you've made that choice with YouTube, you select a theme for your channel. Now I'm going to show you mine if this works. That's the one. Okay, can you all see that? This is my channel. So
Yes.
basically, you have it set up and you want to choose. Ideally, you have your picture here, which should be the same as you have on all platforms because this is all about your branding. But on your main picture here, mine isn't brilliant. I'm going to be honest because it's a brand new channel, so I just had to put something up. But be clear about what it is that your channel is going to teach. So you can clearly see on mine, I'm Video Marketing Rockstars, all about video marketing. I've also added a link to my Facebook group on there, which if anyone wants to know how, please do reach out to me. One of the other key ways, I need to go back. Can we go back on the presentation, Robin? Can you pop that up for me? Or have you shut it down? Don't worry if not, I can do it. Sorry, my computer's really slow tonight, so I apologise for this. Slow. Let me go back to YouTube. So one of the key ways is once you've decided on your channel, your videos basically will be all built around what your theme is. So for mine, it's Video Marketing Rockstars. So my videos primarily all talk about that. So it's how to attract success, how to use your get leads on YouTube. They're all linked back in to what your theme is. And we also identify as part of that, again, Robin will go through this with hashtags, but it's all part of the same thing that you are identifying your theme and what your keywords are. And in doing your keyword research, you want to be thinking of, so say it's MLM. You want to be looking at MLM tips, MLM success, MLM companies, that kind of thing. These are the keywords. It's not working, so let's leave that. Okay. So I don't want to share my screen anymore. I'm back. Okay, so basically with your videos, you want to be using a 4-step formula, which is you introduce yourself at the start of a video. You say exactly who you are, where you're from. That's always a great way for people to know you as well. You then ask a question because you've got in your title what it's about. So ask the question, are you struggling with whatever? Are you making this mistake? Something that's going to draw people into wanting to watch the video further, because within about the first 5 to 10 seconds, people have made a decision about whether they're going to keep watching. So you need to really hook them in at that point. So ask a question. You then go on to deliver your content, which answers the question that you have asked. And then at the end, and this is the same with all content, is you have your clear call to action. So that might be comment below if you'd like X, Y, Z. Click and subscribe. Whatever it is that you're wanting your audience to do, you need to be very clear about what it is that you're asking them, because people need clear instructions. Also, when you're uploading your video, which I am going to go back to YouTube now. When you're uploading your video, it's really important that you optimize your channel and you optimize your video. And one of the key ways to do this, and this will all help with driving traffic, which is what we're talking about, you need to be making sure that my channel. When you're uploading, let's go to the upload page instead. I'm sorry, I do apologise for it being so slow today. It's really getting on my nerves. When you load your video up, it will come up with the title, and it will also come up with a description. And these are two really important ways that you're going to drive organic traffic to your video. And then from your video, you can then transfer them into a Facebook group or whatever it is, or a website, wherever you want to be sending your traffic to. That's what you can use YouTube for. That's the process. You get them to watch a video, you call to action to send them somewhere, and that's where you capture them. So if we're going to upload, and your title, it needs to be catchy. It needs to be something that really hooks people in to watching your video, so clear about what the content's going to be. In your description, you also want to be putting in the first line pretty much what your title has said. So again, very clear about what they're going to gain from watching your video. This isn't going to work for me, is it? And then underneath that, it's not working. Fun. I apologise for this, guys. This is not playing ball with me tonight at all. So let's get that. And then you will also come up with tags, and these are hashtags basically. These are exactly what Robin will be talking about with using hashtags. So ideally what you should be doing is, when you decide what your niche is, make a list of all the hashtags, the keywords that you'll be using. Then you optimize them into your YouTube channel when you update it. Because what will happen is those keywords will put you up the ranking. So when someone does a search for something that includes your keyword, you will appear on their list. You will appear on that list that comes up when you do a search. And that is how you get extra leads coming from YouTube. People you've never spoken to before, people will look for you. You'll look for video on your subject matter, watch your video, and then you have a clear call to action to send them either to your Facebook group or to your website. And that's how you drive traffic from YouTube. The other way to drive traffic from YouTube is, once you've done your video, once you've uploaded it and it's available, is to share it. Share it on your Facebook page, share it in your group, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, share it on any social media that you have, to get it out there and get people watching so that they can then follow your call to action, and you can then capture them all. And again, Robin and Laura will be telling you all pretty much the same, but this is how it works individually with YouTube. Once you get people to watch, you have a clear call to action at the end to capture them to wherever you want them to go. So I apologise, that was not the best presentation, so I apologise for all the hiccups with the technology. But if any of you would like to know more about YouTube, please do get in touch. I'm more than happy to offer you any assistance. I'm going to hand over to, I don't know if it's Robin or Laura now.
Laura is next. Can you guys see the presentation again? I put it back in. Tried to bring it back up.
Yeah, but there's a slight delay.
Okay.
So it'll come through in a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So, as I said earlier, I am the Facebook expert. So I have spent a lot of time getting to know Facebook, getting to understand how to completely make it work for me, and how to make it the best place for me, because I like to be there, to drive traffic from. There's a few different ways you can do it. The first thing that I want you to understand is the whole concept of what we do at Networking Superstars is creating a group on Facebook, and I think Sarah touched on it there. And we use that group as our hub, as our place of value, and it's all about creating value to build a know, like, and trust relationship with people. Because people who are your warm market are going to be much, much more inclined to either join your business or buy a product from you than the idea of cold calling like Robin used to do all those times every day kind of thing. You'll get a much higher ratio, and it is a bit of a numbers game. So create your Facebook group, and that is where you're going to drive everybody to. And if you want to know more information about that, then we would highly recommend 6 steps, and Sarah's going to cover a little bit more about that later on. So 6-step sponsoring sequence. So how do you get people into this group? How do you get people to come from other places on Facebook into your group? Because if it's just you and one other person, then there's probably nobody else there and kind of don't know about your group, because there's hundreds and thousands and millions of groups on Facebook. So, well, the first thing you need to do is start to really work your profile. Make sure it's positive, make sure it's representing who you are, and that you are the brand, not the product. And you're going to put teaser posts on your profile. So what do I mean by a teaser post? Well, a teaser post is basically trying to create a curiosity and catch somebody's attention to ask for more information, and that's when you would then send them a private message to ask if they'd like to join your group. Never, ever, ever put your links out there on Facebook. For one, Facebook will ban you, they'll put you in jail, and two, it looks spammy, so people will probably ignore the comment rather than say, well, what is this? So, for example, I had a very simple one-liner, who wants a Facebook cheat sheet, and it shared some of my top tips. And I had 95 comments in the space of a couple of hours. So it's a fantastic way to really get engagement and get those people moved from your profile into your group, where you can then start to build a stronger relationship with them. Other places that you can think about is really you have to identify your target market. If you haven't identified who you want to be targeting, yes, I know you think your company is amazing, that's great. I know you think your product is amazing, that's fantastic too. And you probably think everybody needs your company or your product, but not everybody will want it. So really, really narrow down who your target market is, and that will help you have much, much higher levels of success. It will also help you target your information better. So once you've identified this target market, I want you to start thinking about, where do they hang out on Facebook in groups? What other experts are there out there on pages? And start checking out these places. And these are places you're going to start to put information into and connect with people within. So this is not a spam fest. There are many groups out there that are just complete spam fests. What we want you to do is go and add value, because people, again, will be curious about what you're offering. So go into these groups, connect with people in the groups, put in value posts daily, to try and engage people into a conversation with you. Once you've got that conversation going, you can then tell them about your group and invite them to join. Pages are slightly different. So, for example, if you're in health and wellness and you, and I use that one because it's such a broad spectrum, you could look at pages like Gillian Michaels' 30-Day Shred, Queen of Fat Club, or whatever it was she did. And you could go onto her Facebook page and you can start engaging with the people who are commenting on her page, because they are obviously attracted to being healthy, obviously attracted to keeping fit, and you can start to connect actually within the comments. So if you look on her post, there'll be comments underneath. You can start to connect within those comments. So you can write a comment. Don't just write, yeah, that's great, or okay, whatever, just love this, any sort of generic blurb. Actually write something that's going to catch that person's attention. And if you can tag them in the post, you can't always tag them, but if you can tag them, then actually that's going to make it more powerful, because it's going to draw their attention to your comment. That's one way to do it. The second way to do it is to be a little bit more forward and actually just reach out to that person. So you can click on their profile, check out the profile, see if it's somebody that you're attracted to, somebody you feel that you would want to connect to. This takes slightly longer, but you can do this quickly, guys. But don't do it too quickly, or you'll end up in Facebook jail again. So you can do what we call the 3, 2, 1 method. So 3 likes, 2 comments, if you can comment, if they have their page open to commenting, and 1 follow if they have their follow button. If they don't have their follow button, you could send them a friend request if you wanted to. There's nothing wrong with that. Just be aware, if you're doing 10 to 20 in a day, in the space of an hour or something, Facebook doesn't really like that. But you could send them a private message. If you're sending friend requests, always, always, always send a message. And I have some secret formula for you with Messenger in a minute that I'll share with you, and I hope you'll get good use out of this. So use Facebook Messenger to connect. Always. Don't just accept friend requests or put out friend requests. It's not connecting with anybody just by hitting a I'm friends with you button. It's not doing anything of any value. So use Messenger. Here are my top tips for Messenger, and I hope you get value from this. I hope you go ahead and start using it immediately. The first thing to do is create a welcome message for people who are reaching out to you. So it doesn't need to be any more than 20 to 30 seconds long, where you literally say who you are, where you're from, what your story is, and then close with a question. So where are you from? What do you do? It doesn't need to be War and Peace. It can just literally be a quick intro. Now, when you're doing a video, and here's my top tip, if you upload it to your own messenger, you can actually forward it from there, so you don't have to re-upload each time. So you can forward it and actually type in a message each time. So forward, hi, Joe, thanks for the connection, how are you doing? And then you also send a video, so you're getting double whammy of a text plus an actual video, and it's really, really powerful, guys. You'll get so much more replies from that. Now, my second one is if you're reaching out to other people through groups and through fan pages, there's a little message formula that one of our mentors has shared, Jessica Higdon. I'm sure some of you have seen. She's done some cool training lately. And this has worked for me. I've put it into place and it's working really well. Where you say, hey, and say the person's name. Tell them why you're reaching out to them. Give them a compliment and then close with a question. So it's really, really simple formula, but the amount of people who just hit friend request, friend request, friend request, friend request, never ever actually tell anybody why they want to connect with them is pretty high. I get friend requests every day with no message. So if you start doing that, you're going to put yourself out there and make yourself look a little bit different and a bit more unique, and these people will be interested to know who you are. So that's my 2 golden nuggets for connecting on Messenger and on Facebook. So I hope you like that. And my last one is for the brave. Use Facebook Live. So if you're brave, go for it. Start adding value, start doing short videos. You don't even need to be on for like a minute, it's fine. Couple of minutes if you can, just to let people actually kind of jump on. And just add value, top tips, inspirational quotes. Why do you like that quote? Instead of just putting a picture up with the quote, just go on and say why you like that quote, what it means to you. You know, top tips, like I did one today on how to invite. Keep it short and simple. That was all I was talking about, was how to keep it short and simple. It was literally 2 minutes, but people were on live with me and they were commenting, and I've since had comments. So it's getting people to understand that you are an expert in your field and your area. And again, it'll create a curiosity of what it is you're actually doing, and will probably drive traffic much higher. And the reason it'll drive traffic much higher is because we all love the whole Facebook algorithm, the little Facebook bots that stop your content being seen. Only 7% of your people who you're connected with see your stuff. So you need to make sure that your engagement is high on Facebook, that you're connecting with people, you're liking, you're commenting. But Facebook Live has a higher algorithm, and they prioritize live videos for the moment because it's the new thing, it's the new toy, and they are really pushing that. So the more Facebook Live you do, the more people are actually going to see you and going to get your content. So I hope you can take some of those tips and you can use them to your advantage. Start implementing them today. Facebook's a lot of fun. It's very place to be. It's happy. People want to be friends with others. There are 1.65 billion users, monthly active users. So you'd never be short of leads on Facebook. So I hope that's been of value, and I'm going to pass you over to Robin, who's going to Insta Queen it up and tell you some fabby Insta Queen stuff.
Awesome. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, I just popped up here. Why am I squaring? Really? Oh, you did that. Okay, perfect. I'm sorry. I was like, why am I sharing something here? And Laura pops off and comes back. Okay, so I'm going to share just 2 short things because being the Instagram person, I actually take a lot from YouTube and take a lot from Facebook, which is kind of why I went last, because we have videos, and now we actually now have minute videos, which is awesome on Instagram, but we do a lot on Facebook. So the way Laura was talking about messaging and everything, we can still do that. We have a direct messenger. It's not the greatest, but it works really well. Her little 3-2-1 method is awesome, and I love it because it also works very well on Instagram, and I'll kind of explain that as well. I like to give people, leave them like 3 of their pictures, leave them 2 comments, and then follow them. And you'll be surprised, about 70% of the time they will follow you back. So if you want a surefire way to build your Instagram, that is a surefire method. The 3-2-1 method transfers over perfectly. But for my secret tip, Instagram is all about pictures and everything like that, but where you're going to get your traffic is in your bio. Okay, so you need to create the highly converting bio. You need to tell the world, everybody, who you are, what you do, and why they should follow you. Okay? 3 simple things: who you are, what you do, why they should follow you. It's not that hard, okay? But the problem is you only have 150 characters. So you need to be very specific. You need to use the language that people know, okay, that's your industry uses, okay? So for example, you know, we're all in network marketing. You can say network marketer. You can say the word biz. Like people laugh at me when they, you know, B-I-Z, biz. I use biz because that's a word we know. It's a word we use as our language. So you want to make sure you're speaking to your audience. And if your audience is using a specific term, for example, like I said, network marketer, affiliate marketer, something like that, you want to make sure you put that in there. People will relate to you. And then you actually need the strong call to action in your post, okay? And a great call to action to use to get people back to your bio, because once they follow you, they may not look at your bio. They're just going to be seeing your pictures. You need to draw them back to your bio because that's where your clickable link is, okay? I like to say, click the link in my bio, and I actually tag myself in it, okay? So I have it on here, and right now, you know, Robin Smith 2007 is my Instagram account, and I say, click the link in my bio, and I tag myself. And the reason why, this is my little trick, golden nugget, as Laura termed it, this is my gift to you guys, put it in there, and that way when you click on it, it'll automatically bring up your profile. And what happens is, of course, my son cries and falls off and hurts himself during this conversation, right? What more could go wrong? What happens is it actually brings up your bio, and that way it'll save them the time from having to go search for you again, bring you up. You're just saving them a step, and if you were saving them a step, they will actually probably do it more often, okay? So that's my secret tip, is to definitely put your @username right there. When you say click the link in my bio, put the username right there, and that makes it really easy for them. So I'm going to go tend to him, and we're going to move on to success step number 2, which is relationship building.
Hey everyone, back to me. I hope he's okay. Hope he hasn't hurt himself. Right, relationship building. That's ultimately that's what network marketing is all about. That is what is going to grow your business. The stronger your relationships, the bigger your business. At the end of the day, you could have a following of 1 million people, but if you've not built relationships with any of them, your business isn't going to grow. So take the time to get to know people. And I think it's really important that you're genuine, very genuine in your desire to get to know people. This isn't about what's in it for you. You have to change your mindset into what can I do to help someone. You've got a gift. If you're an expert in any particular area, then share that gift by helping other people. Share what you've learned. Now, you might be sat there thinking, I don't really know anything, but believe me, you know way more than most people. Imagine how little you knew when you first started. I knew nothing. I still don't know everything, but I've come so much further than I had from that day one, and you're exactly the same. So share your gift, share what you know, and be genuine in your desire to help people. That's my number 1 tip on relationship building. Number 2 is to really listen. We don't listen very often. I'm sure you've all done it before when your partner's in your ear about something and you're not really listening, are you? You're just, that's a big turn-off. That's a massive turn-off to anyone. Now, a lot of our conversations are going to be face-to-face. They're going to be by messenger or they're going to be over the phone. Really take the time to listen to what's going on for them. And some good ways to show that you're listening is to repeat something back to them. So if they've said something's going on in their lives, then say, oh, that must be really awful that you're going through. It shows that you've heard what they've said, you've acknowledged what they're doing, and it's a really strong tool for listening. But what the other thing that with listening is that you get to learn about them. You get to learn where they're at this particular moment in time, what's going on for them. And if you're mainly talking to network marketers, you're probably going to be having the same sort of conversations, right? People are struggling for leads, are struggling for anything else. But they may also share personal stuff with you. But it's about acknowledging where they're at right now, because then you are in a much stronger position to help them and to provide a solution to whatever is going on for them. What I do want to say, though, is it does take time. It does take time to build good relationships with people. There are shortcuts, and that's what we're sharing with you, but don't expect to message someone, have a few back and forths, and oh, that's it. I'm ready to show them my business opportunity or whatever. It takes time for them to know, like, and trust you, and that's what we're all building up to with the consistency and with all the tips that we've shared on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We're getting people to know, like, and trust us, and that does take time. But like I say, we are sharing our secret shortcuts to help get you there a little bit faster. So the first shortcut is what we've all talked about in our different platforms, is to lead with value. Always be putting out there value that's going to help people. The more, think about it from a normal walk of life. If you're invited to a speech, a seminar, and the person on the stage has done this big speech, and you've really understood it, it's brilliant, you've really hit home, you've understood exactly what they were saying, how much do you like and trust that person? It's so much stronger because they've presented something that's really helped you, and they've presented it as being an expert in something. So that trust value is built up. So always lead with value, whether it be an Instagram post, a Facebook post, or a YouTube video. Make sure that you are delivering value to people. And the same in your messages. Always try and leave them with something helpful, something that helps them out of their present situation, whether it be, like Laura said, like a cheat sheet or whatever it is that they're going through. Offer them something of value. It will help them to trust you a lot faster. Be consistent with that. Follow up. It sounds stupid, but oh my god, I was terrible at this. I was absolutely awful. I would make really good relationships with people, and then I'd get busy and I'd start doing all these other things that I thought were brilliant on Facebook or whatever. And then about 2 months later, I'd suddenly realise, oh my god, I haven't spoken to this person for such a long time. And when you're online and you've built up a relationship in a short space of time, it doesn't take much to break that relationship either. That is why following up with them and being consistent with your connections, whether it be like the video messaging that Laura spoke about, or just a simple, hey, how are you? It's something. Keep following up with people. Keep putting yourself in front of them. Keep commenting on their posts, liking their posts. Make sure that they keep seeing your face. So those are my top tips for how to build relationships online. And what we're going to move on to next is we call it the daily method of operation. And in layman's terms, what we're basically saying is what to do on a day-to-day basis. The most successful people will be people that have successful habits. There will be people that know exactly what they're going to do on a day-to-day basis, and they do it every single day. Once they've done those things, they may move on and do other things, but they make sure that they've got core things that they do day in, day out. Now, obviously I'm going to talk about 6 steps in a second, but the first thing I really want to hit home for you is how important it is to do work on your mindset on a daily basis. It's no good doing it once a week or doing it when you're feeling down. Do it every single day and it becomes a habit. I listen to mine every single night before I go to bed. I listen to it. It sends me into a nice, deep, relaxed sleep, happy dreams. I wake up feeling refreshed and happy, and then I will do them again in the morning. I will do affirmations and positive speaking to myself to fire me up, and it keeps you motivated. And I really can't. They say 80% of success is down to your mindset. Don't ignore that. Make sure you are working on your mindset on a daily basis. So that's habit number 1. the next 6 habits are all from 6-step sponsoring sequence, but I'm going to kind of talk to you about them in layman's terms. So the first one is to create content, and we've all spoken about that, on how to do that on our different platforms. Obviously, YouTube, you create a video where you share your teachings, you share your area of expertise. Facebook, it can be something like what Laura said, a Facebook live video. It could be sharing a document. Same with Instagram, it could be a video, or it could be some top tips, whatever it is, that's your content. You need to be creating at least 2 pieces of content a day, ideally, because that keeps your consistency. It keeps you in people's minds. It keeps you, it keeps a regular supply of people and leads coming in. The next one is capture, and this follows on basically. It's what Laura was saying when she said about her Facebook cheat sheet. All that is capturing people, because everyone who comments therefore becomes someone you can form a relationship with. And capture sounds really, well, it sounds like a bit like a hunter, doesn't it? But it's much more gentle than that. What we're saying is that we use value to start a conversation. That's as simple as it is. We're just getting people to comment so we can start a conversation with them and get to know them. And that is why we lead with value and get people to comment and request something, because it is a first step in. The next step is to connect with people. And you can do that in the ways that we've spoken about. We can do that through Messenger. You can do that through DMs. On YouTube, it's slightly different. You can connect with new subscribers. There is the option to click on new subscribers and message them back. I would recommend you doing that. And if any of you are struggling with knowing what to say, again, get back in touch with us. Laura's already shared a great few openers that you can use. We have many more scripts in our toolboxes. We then move on to comment. So it's all about engaging. Again, it's commenting not just on your own post, but commenting, getting people to comment on yours and you commenting on theirs. It's a 2-way process. Again, Laura's been through the 3-2-1, so I don't need to go over that. Finally, we look at communicating and closing, and those two go pretty well together, but we're going to move on to that in a second. So those are the things you should be doing on a day-to-day basis. If you do those 7 things, the 6 steps plus your mindset training, you are guaranteed success. And if you do them on a daily basis, they will become habits. So there we go. On to the next step, which I believe, Laura, is this you?
It sure is. So step 4 is how to recruit or closing, basically. So you're getting a decision from somebody. So there are 3 steps really to recruiting. There is learning how to invite. Remember what I said earlier, keep it short and simple. Learning how to present, use your tools. The company spends lots of money creating these tools. And then closing. Closing really is just getting a decision. So how do you do it? Well, actually, it really leads strongly on from what Sarah was just saying about how to build relationships and how to learn how to communicate effectively. If you're not communicating effectively with somebody, you're never going to get them to trust you enough or open up to the idea of coming into your business. So what I want you to think about when you're starting to connect with people, you're starting to ask questions. We all have 1 mouth and 2 ears for a reason. So start listening and start asking questions and start pulling information. So don't be a pusher. Don't push people into decisions. Pull them towards you by asking information, asking questions, and getting them to connect with their heaven and their hell. What do I mean by that? Well, this is what I mean. You want people to open up about their hell first, basically. What is going on in their life that they hate, that they'd like to change, that they are struggling with? You know, quite often, and this can go for network marketers or non-network marketers, you can use this across anybody, really, is that somebody who has a life, they've probably got something they'd like to change. Not enough money, not enough time, they hate their boss, they don't like the environment they work in, maybe their health. There's reams and reams of different things, and everyone is different. So you can't tar everybody with the same brush. You need to ask to get them to open up to you and tell you their problems and their pains. So that's what I refer to as the hell part. Find out what their hell is. And then you need to get them to engage with what their heaven would be. So what would they like to achieve out of that? How would they like to better their life? How would they like to be able to afford to go on nice holidays? How would they like to be able to afford to put their kids to university? All of these things. Find out what is the driving force between what their why would be, basically, is what you're trying to find out. So it's really, really important that you ask the questions to get this information, because basically you're leading them up a garden path with this, to dangling the carrot at the end is a solution to their problems and a way forward for them to get to their heaven and their wants and dreams. So that's where you would have an opening to invite them to look at your opportunity. So you can say something along the lines of, you told me you didn't get enough time, you work so many hours, you work 90-hour week, you get no time with your kids, you'd love to be able to spend more time with them, and you'd love to be able to take time off, take them to places, create memories. I have a solution for you that I think you may like. Take a look at it if you like. As I say, I think you might like it. It might be for you, it might not be for you, but let me know. If not, it's fine, I'll just score you off my list. Now, people don't like being scored off lists. It's almost like you've rejected them rather than them rejecting you or the idea of the opportunity. So generally, if you take that kind of non-needy, non-desperate approach where you're helping them by offering them a solution to their problems, you're more likely to get a positive response to your invite to look at the opportunity. So start thinking about how you're going to word that. Keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it simple, and really just tap into the information you've found out through your communication phase and your relationship building. So, as I said, use presentation tools. Your company spends a lot of money. They have copywriters, they have experts creating presentations, creating documentation, all these kinds of things. Really, you should never try and present something because you just won't do it justice. It's almost way more powerful to come from somebody higher up in your company. So even if you're taking them to a hotel meeting and you're not the one standing presenting, it's probably going to come across much more powerful than if it was you sitting in a cafe trying to explain the compensation plan over a muffin. It just is much, much more powerful. If you are doing an online presentation and you are actually talking to them, you can show them a video at the same time. Share a video link with them. If you're throwing a travel party, if you are presenting, use the tools that the company have given you. Use a slideshow. There's lots of different ways to present, hundreds and hundreds. Just use what's there, use the support of your team, and always tell stories, because stories always win when you're presenting to back up the technical side that you've given. Stories win even if it's not yours. And there's another trick that you can use is to use the power of a three-way call. So if you're when you get to the closing stage, they've watched the presentation, they've got some questions. This works especially if you're brand new in something or quite new in something, is to say, well, actually, I'm going to get an expert in to talk to you about this. I'm obviously just building this new. I'd love for you to talk to somebody who's been in the business a few years, or tell them the story. And you're edifying that person. And that person will be able to come on, edify you as an action taker and someone who's building really good coaching skills, and then they will be able to answer your questions. So there's real strength in three-way calls. Don't be scared to use them, and don't be scared to reach out to sidelines, uplines, other people in your team who can support you. And finally, as I said earlier, it's completely a numbers game. Don't be emotionally attached to the outcome. Being emotionally attached to the outcome will only hinder you. As soon as you are able to shrug off the nose and go for no, basically, you are going to be able to totally rocket your business much faster than you thought you could. So make sure that you are going through the numbers. On average, industry average is you will get 1 in 10 sign-ups. So for every 10 presentations you show, 1 person will sign up. Now, that might sound a bit hopeless, but if you actually break that down to just show somebody over 100 days, you just aimed to show 1 person a day your presentation, on average you would get 10 people minimum into your business. How would that sound over a three-month period? Pretty cool, right? So start thinking about it. If you're showing somebody 2 or 3 presentations a week, you're not showing enough presentations, guys. You need to be building relationships stronger and really trying to identify the people that you think are going to be leaders for your team. So just go for it. Don't be needy. Just offer the opportunity and see what comes. At the end of the day, though, I don't really like the word closing because it makes it sound like you are shutting them off for the rest of the time. To me, it's collecting a decision. It's a yes or a no. Tell me yes, tell me no, tell me now I've got to go. You know, you want a quick answer. You don't want to be hanging around chasing this one person that looks like a good prospect for days, weeks, and then they just poof, disappear. You want to collect a decision so you can move on to the next one. And having that mentality where it doesn't matter whether it's a yes or no, you just want to collect the decision is going to be much, much more conducive to you building a business fast. So start getting through the numbers, start increasing the amount of people you're talking to, and if you're following the 6 steps, you're going to find this really easy. As your group grows, you're going to build communication and connections with people, just like Sarah covered there. So it's really a fantastic way to do it, and closing or collecting a decision is really just about being in a place that then offer them that opportunity. If it's a yes or if it's a no, it doesn't matter. If it's a no, it's not a no forever. It's a no for now, and you never know, that person may change their mind in the future because they'll stay in touch with you, you'll stay in touch with them, you'll continue to build that relationship. And if you're doing proper good lifestyle posts on Facebook, they'll also see your success going through the roof. So they'll then be more intrigued to find out what's going on maybe 6 months down the line. So just I hope you can take some inspiration from that to really start to grab your business and grab your success and be aware that you're responsible for it and only you can take that action. But there are lots of things there to support you with the closing process. So use them to your advantage. So I think we're going to pass on to Robin, who's going to find out our step 5, which is the biggie.
Yes, I'm going to give you guys the missing link, okay? So far you've learned traffic, you've learned what to say to people, building relationships, you've learned the close or, you know, collecting the decision, as Laura so lovely said it. But there's one thing that's missing, and I kind of want to tell you just a short story just first, okay? I don't want to take too much of your time, so I just want a short story. When I was in college, I was working in a lab, and my boss was a big golfer, and he used to leave in the middle of the day and go golfing. And a couple of times he invited me to go. And, you know, versus stay in the lab and do work, I decided to enjoy the sun and go golfing. I was horrible at it, okay? Absolutely horrible. You have no idea how bad I was. And I'm very competitive. If you don't know that about me, I am very, very competitive about a lot of things. So being bad at golf was not going to work, okay? And my boss was not going to beat me, even though he was criticizing. It was horrible. It was crucifying me every time I went. Anyway, so what did I do? First I started with, I bought a video series on how to do this, okay? And I'm not going to lie, you know, I watched the video series. I learned, you know, which club was better for which, and I learned, you know, about, you know, following through and watching the ball and everything. I'm like, okay. So I go back and I tell him I'm going to kick his butt. I still lost. Still just as bad. So this wasn't going to work for me. So what I did was I went to the little head station, and I started looking on the wall, and they had instructors. And there was a lady instructor, and I paid her for 4 lessons, okay? And you know what she did for me? She showed me how to hold the club, and she showed me how to swing my hips, and she told me which club was best for me at which time, and she told me how to hold my head, and, you know, on and on and on. So did you notice that? She showed me how to do things, okay? And that's what the missing link is a mentor. It's a coach, okay? It's somebody that's going to take what you already know and help you get better at your goals for that, okay? So I like to call it the missing link. And the moral of the story is, yes, it's wonderful to take courses. I take courses all the time. I know, you know, Laura was talking about Jessica Higdon's new course. Definitely do it, okay? Courses are great. They tell you what to do, and we need to know what to do. We need to know what's working. Things are constantly changing. We need to know what works. But a mentor or a coach tells you how it will work for you your way, okay? Take the 3 of us as examples, okay? We are all different. We have all different backgrounds. We came online very differently. We decided to do our business all because of different reasons. We all worked with the same mentor, gave us great advice, helped us along, I'm sure held each of our hands when we needed it, gave us a little kick in the butt sometimes and everything like that. Well, what happened? We each took 3 different expertise. Laura does Facebook and Sarah does YouTube and I do Instagram. And our mentor never told us not to. He, I'm sure, encouraged them just like he encouraged me. We took what worked for him, what he showed us and helped and everything like that, and we made it our own with his help, okay? Mentors are there for guidance, okay? I like to say try to find somebody who's already at the success that you want to achieve, okay? Methods that you can work with, okay? Methods that you understand. I'm not going to lie. If you're working with a mentor, you're going to kind of get to know that person pretty well. So you want to like them. You want to understand them. You want to, like the way they teach. If for example, this is a video aspect. Say you like audio. If I don't want to look at these, people, lovely ladies in front of me, I don't want to look at them. I just want to hear their voice. Okay, well, if somebody's teaching you by video all the time, that's not going to be the right mentor. If somebody's, for example, all they're going to do is give you stuff to read, and you're a visual person, again, that's not going to be the right mentor. So make sure, you like their teaching style and you like who they are because you're going to be working with them. As I said, they shorten that learning curve, okay? Say, for example, you say, I want to make $10,000 in the next 6 months. Okay, I'm going to do it. By yourself, brand new, it could make a year. It could be even longer, if you don't know anything, and really need help. But a mentor or a coach is going to shorten that time. And maybe you will get it in 6 months. Maybe you'll get it in 3 months, whatever the number is you want. They shorten the time. You know why? They've already done it. They kind of take you over that hurdle of, what doesn't work, what's not going on. That roller coaster ride, that's what I like to call it, and we're all there, I'm sure. Our parents, our friends, our spouses, they want to understand what we're doing as entrepreneurs. That entrepreneur spirit that we have, where we're willing to stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning, working on our business, or like I get up at 5 a.m. every day. My husband thinks I'm nuts, but he doesn't understand that. But you know what? My mentor does. My ladies in front of me, they do, because we have that, and that's what a mentor is. Okay, they're there for you. They're there to pick you up. They're there to give you that little push, like I said. They're almost on the journey with you, What I like to say, and I see it in myself with the people that I coach, is I'm on the journey with them, and their successes are my successes as well, because I get so excited to see what's going on in their lives and everything like that. So they're a sense of, support and accountability and everything like that. And what I want to do is I just want to wrap this up real quick. Ladies, do you have anything else to sum up real quick before we kind of go into the next thing? No? Okay. Can you put it back on the slideshow? Hopefully. Oh, good. So what I would like everyone to do is, if you liked what you heard today and everything, you could request a 20-minute strategy call with us, okay? There is a little application to fill out, and we're going to talk to you. We're going to kind of give you suggestions and helps and everything like that. Like I was saying, coaching is a great way to get started. It's a great way to eliminate a lot of the issues and everything, and shorten the strategy, shorten the time. And we will do that in a 20-minute free call. No, issues or anything like that. But so what I suggest to do is to go to this website, the bit.ly link, and it is capital NS. The live video screen has frozen. Of course it has, because, what else would go wrong? Okay, it's a bit.ly link. It's bit.ly, really, /NS application. I don't know what else to do.
We'll share the link in the group. We'll share the link in the group.
I will put the link in the group, so everybody will have it in there as well. Yeah, we will put it in the group. Make sure someone knows that in the event. And fill that out, like I said. And like I said, we'll chat with you. We'll see, where we can help you. I really hope you learned something from this. I hope you took some action. We all gave you really good nuggets, things that you can implement right now, today, even. I mean, depending on if it's late and you got to go to bed, or you still got a little time. You want to definitely get those in. Ladies, do you have anything else before we say goodbye? No? Okay. Well, then I will close this off.
Thank you for being.
Yes,
thank you for being here and,
yes.
and going through all the troubles with us.
Yeah, I was going to say, we did get this into about an hour, so that's really good considering we were late getting started.
Yeah. Thanks for attending, guys. This has obviously been a few technical hitches. It's the first time we've used this platform, so it's going to take some ironing out of issues. I can see that we are a little bit of a time lag, and there's some freezing going on the live stream, but hopefully you've caught most of this or the gist of it, and we will put the link in the event for you, so you can go ahead and click that and get your application in for your free strategy call.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I would like everyone to have a great night and stay in touch. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.